For the first time ever, our natural history collections are visible to our visitors. Now that we have settled into the Freyer Newman Center, we are excited to share our collections with visitors in new and expanded ways. The location of the natural history collections directly off the atrium of the Freyer Newman Center was very intentional. The public can now, without paying admission, enter off of York Street and watch staff, artists, and volunteers work with these collections. This visibility provides greater opportunity to learn about our collections and their scientific value. It also makes them more accessible for everyone. All new collection spaces in the Freyer Newman Center are designed to protect collections from potential pests and environmental impacts, while maximizing space and efficiency for users. Our staff and volunteers can now work with collections in designated work areas that are separate from where the collections are permanently housed. Thanks to our Museums for America grant from the Institute of Museum and Library Services, we now have more cabinets for plant and fungal specimen housing, which allows us to continue growing our collections for the next several decades.
Visitors are happy to be back in the Helen Fowler Library. It has expanded in capacity and programming and is freely accessible to all. We now have more room for all of our collections and more room for visitors to read these materials. We have several study rooms and a private reading room, in addition to expanded seating in the main library. With a greater amount of space, we can provide a greater diversity of programming in the library. With our expanded children's section, we now have adventure packs and games. With all these new amenities, we can serve and grow our gardens community better than ever, now and well into the future.
We now have significantly more storage space to house our more sensitive collections, such as our rare books and our archives. We have received funding to hire several student interns who have helped us catalog and house our collections. Our students are going through our entire collection. They check each piece for condition, they input the data into our system. That data is used to create a detailed description of the items in our online catalog, which allows the public to understand what we have in our collections. They can then make appointments to come in and inspect the physical items in the controlled environment of our rare books reading room.
One of the highlights of the Freyer Newman Center is that we have a better ability to store art, archives, and library collections in a clean, climate-controlled environment, and allows a little bit more room for growth for all of our collections. And now that we have all this extra space, we've been able to catalog the collection fully and make it accessible online. The new spaces allow everything to be more accessible for programming, such as classes and exhibitions, which can take place upstairs in our 3 brand new galleries that is able to show both our own collections and also pieces that come in on temporary exhibit. And we're really excited to have all these new functions and abilities available for all of our guests here at the Gardens.
All this new space at the Freyer Newman Center will allow us to expand our collections and share our fascinating history and botanical resources with our community. It truly is transformational.